Welcome to another episode of our beloved podcast. It's the final weekend before the international break. We all don't like international breaks, but Kolade likes international breaks, which is very weird, but I'm not going to go further into that. But anyway, we're going to be previewing the games that are coming up, especially, of course, from betting angle, because we want to help you this is betting expert after all. We're here to help you, to guide you so that you make smart bets, get good value from your betting. So let's get right to it. What's the first game that we are previewing?
Yeah, without wasting time, I'll start with the best and most popular league in the world. Of course, I know, we all know that's the EPL.
Best league.
So is what?
Ligue.
Well, let's go straight into it. So in the EPL, my first game is Arsenal versus Brighton. And I'm not picking Arsenal because of the jersey I'm wearing. I'm picking... I'm not picking Arsenal because of the jersey I'm wearing, but because this is a game that could actually deliver from a betting perspective.
I think
Arsenal are taking on Brighton at home. They've won their first two games of the season. We've not considered a goal at all. We've won both games by 2-0.
I thought you were talking about Arsenal from day. All of a sudden, you changed to we.
It's we now. I'm an Arsenal fan. So Arsenal last season beat Brighton home and away. I don't even think we considered against them. I think we won the last game 2-0. I think they won the earlier stage of last season was 2-0. So we didn't concede to Brighton. And now again, we've started this season. We've not considered a goal. Arsenal at home, it's looking good for me. So I'll say Arsenal to win and over 1.5. What do you think?
I think I'll go with that too.
Arsenal
I think
to win and over 1.5 goals.
Arsenal is a team that is
in the odds, in the likelihood that Brighton score, I think Arsenal will still outscore them.
Yeah,
so 1 and over 1.5
yeah,
for Arsenal Brighton. Can I agree with that? Yeah.
The only time that Arsenal drop points against like teams that they are supposed to beat at home is when it's the running. And they want to lose the league. So let's also look at West Ham versus Manchester City. Now, this is typically a tough game for anybody going to West Ham, really, especially top teams. And Man City, as much as they're looking very powerful and strong, and I mean they've been able to play well without Rodri, and they're still winning and all. But this is a big test for them in the new season. What do you think is the best option to go for this game?
To be honest, at first glance, I would like to say straight win. No, like, but when I remember how Chelsea played City, I mean, City won that game. But when I remember how Chelsea played City, you think that Chelsea could easily have scored one goal and it could have changed the complexion of things. The fact that City are away, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go with the straight win market.
Yeah, I don't even think I would want to go with goals either. Personally,
I would not like to go with goals. But one thing I can say is that in City's games, like City alone, they always play at least 6 corners alone.
That's why. And when you
consider that West Ham to make attacks of their own, so maybe over 8.5 corners makes sense.
And that, like, the odds for that are pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I agree with that. That's even why I was going with it.
I was going to corners
just to be safe. Just do corners because City will attack and they will force corners, especially if, for instance, West Ham should score first and they're chasing the game.
Yeah.
They would need to attack a bit more and turn the heat up, and then corners will result. But then another game that we are going to look at, Tottenham Newcastle versus Tottenham. We know how this game always goes. Goals.
That's the one.
Lots of goals. And of course, we know that Newcastle, I think they've lost against Tottenham like 3 or 4 games now. They are always a problem for Tottenham, especially when they're at home. And so, for that kind of game, I think that goals are going to be a lot. I think the goals market, that's somewhere to go. Either you do maybe first half over 0.5, but that's a bit tricky. It's better to just go full time over 1.5 goals. It might even be 2.5.
I would like to be bold and say over 2.5.
Yeah, because like the last 3 games between them have produced so many goals. So over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, Tottenham Newcastle.
Yeah. Who do you think will win though?
Who do I think will win? Spurs. I think Spurs will win.
Really? I think
Newcastle they have that first 5 games of the season.
Ginger.
So
okay.
I think they will win. I think they will win.
Okay.
So let's move away from the best league in the world to that your league. That's I don't know.
What kind of slander is this?
So Ligue 1, why do you pronounce it well?
Ligue 1.
Ligue 1.
Yeah, okay. Ligue 1. Best league in the world.
All right.
Top players.
All right. So first game, in Ligue 1 is Toulouse versus Marseille. And I'm pretty surprised at the odds the bookmakers gave Marseille to win. I mean, it looks straightforward to me that they would win. Forget that they are away. It looks straightforward to me that they will win. They've won their first game and they drew last time.
That's the reason. The fact that they were home and they couldn't win.
No. It was against Reims, so it's a respectful draw. But I think against Toulouse, I think they are definitely going to win. You have a Mason Greenwood that is on fire. He has scored 3 goals already for Marseille. But to be on the safe side, since they are away, I will go with away or over 2.5 goals.
Away and?
No, away or.
Okay. That makes sense.
To cushion the safety.
That makes sense. I do think that there will be at least 2 goals in the game anyway. So I think Marseille score first. I think they'll be the team to score first because they always, rush in and you go at teams. And with this guy, De Zerbi, in charge, we know how they play and how attacking they are. I think we're going to see at least 2 goals. So for me, I'll do a 1.5. But alternatively, that's also a very good call. 2, because that's a higher. You get higher odds with that, and it's still relatively safe. So I think that makes sense. So away or over 2.5. Yeah. Then next is Monaco Lens. Now Monaco have fallen my hand before, with respect to my over 1.5. But again,
that's what's coming to my mind. Though.
1.5. Ideally, they should, but Folarin Balogun of Arsenal.
Stop this. This guy is not an Arsenal player. Stop this thing.
Arsenal's Folarin Balogun is always missing chances and making us not see goals. But of course, Monaco are very attacking and everything. And Lens have just lost Kevin Danso, who is a top defender. And so I think that missing him it's going to be a bit of a problem for them. But they have Will still as their coach, so that's also a positive for them. But I think that Monaco win this. I think that thing that we just did, we should do it again.
Okay, but for Monaco, right?
Yeah. So Monaco to win or over 2.5, because usually with these games, it's either Monaco win 1-0 or just see a bunch of goals flying. I think that's a very, very safe one.
So the third one is Lille versus
the big
PSG,
clash.
The big clash. You know, when like Mbappe was there, it was safe to say, the goal market, blah 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 blah. But now without Mbappe, they've scored 10 goals in 2 games. Are you getting carried away?
Me, I'm a hitter.
I don't know. At first glance, I'm tempted to say PSG win, but when I remember many of my big losses in betting, has been PSG.
And the thing is, Lille are actually in very, very good form.
Yeah, and they're at home.
They're in very good form. They won their Champions League first leg 2-0. They won the previous round against Fenerbahce, coached by Jose Mourinho. And in the league also, they've been very consistent. They won their last league game 2-0. Their first game also, which they won 1-0, I think, but they had a lot of shots, and they were just constantly attacking, and they had like 69% possession. So like they're a side that will keep coming at you over and over. And of course, against PSG, if there's any side that can be formidable against PSG and actually go against them toe to toe, I think that it's Lille. So that game is very tricky, but I think we should go for corners.
Yeah.
Because we know that there'll be end-to-end action, a lot of goal-mouth action, and corners. So over 7.5 corners or 8.5? 8.5, yeah. 8.5. That's good value. Yeah. So over 8.5 corners.
So let's move on to the league that I personally don't like. Even this season alone, just 2 games they don't fall my hand already. Yeah. But they are still part of the top 5 leagues in Europe, so we can't avoid them no matter what.
Yeah.
So first game is Napoli versus Parma. Straight up, I'm not going to waste time around this one. I'm just going to say Napoli win and under 5.5 goals. The odds are much. 5.5. The odds are much. Napoli win and under 4.5 goals.
Over 4, okay. Under 4.5. Yeah.
I mean, Napoli
they've scored 3 last time.
They've signed Lukaku now. They signed Scott McTominay. I think they are going to start playing good. Or I'd rather just say Napoli win.
Napoli win is better because that under, you're surprised though. Last game they scored 3. Maybe Conte will just show out. But Parma are not that bad. They beat Milan the other day.
Napoli beat them at home.
Yeah, I think Napoli win. But I mean, if I'm going to be playing it safe, I'm going to go Napoli win or draw.
What the odds be?
Oh, the odds will not be so.
No.
Yeah, it won't be so good. So yeah, Napoli straight win. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Then Lazio versus Milan.
So I'll just leave you to do this one. I'm not talking on this game. This
Milan still don't have a win so
exactly
far, and even their first game where they drew, they came from 2-0 down late on to get a draw. They've not really looked dominant and like a team that can take the initiative. And away at Lazio, that's a very, very, very difficult game for them. And this kind of game, you either do 1.5 or you do corners. Because you can't really predict how it's going to swing. It's a very tricky game. So, but you know that goals will be scored. Milan's games now have produced that many goals. First game 4 goals, second game 3 goals. So you know that goals will be scored in their games. So I think that 1.5 is a very, very smart one to go with. Either that or corners, over 7.5 corners. Don't want to stretch it too much.
That makes sense. So last on the list for Serie A is Udinese versus Como. And credit to Como and a familiar face that we know, Cesc Fabregas,
finally got 1 point.
Yeah, bringing Como to the Serie A, but I think it is a tough ask. And it's no surprise that after just 2 game weeks, they're already 19th on the table.
Yeah.
I think they're at this moment.
Even with all their signings.
It would be a miracle if they stay up.
Yeah.
Udinese have not lost early on to the season. They are looking good. I think they will win this one.
And they have Nigerian goalkeeper Maduka Okoye, who is on fire. Exactly. Who is the reason why the goals market is a place to avoid. Because he keeps making so many wonderful saves. But I think,
Udinese to win.
I think they get this.
They will get this. Then let's move over to your second boring league. Your second boring league. No, you do the honors for your
La Liga. So it's not football, it's La Liga. Barcelona versus Real Valladolid. Valladolid, newly promoted team. They always give people problems. They gave Real Madrid problems the other day. Held Mbappe, by the shoulder.
It should be a straightforward prediction, though.
Barcelona win. Barcelona
to win.
In fact,
I don't think the odds will be that good. So I think we need to combine it with something.
Barcelona to win and over 1.5.
Barcelona to win and 1.5.
They've had 1.5
at home, that
all
makes
their
sense.
games so far. 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. And another thing one that you can look at in terms of value is Lamine Yamal.
To what?
Lamine Yamal.
To do what now?
To get an assist. He's had a goal contribution in every game so far. First game, an assist against Valencia, my own Valencia. Second game, a goal. Third game, assist for the winner. So I think that he's going to get a goal contribution. Now, whether it's going to be an assist or a goal, we don't know. But it's more likely going to be an assist because he plays like that. He always looks to assist. I think he's going to be amongst the people contributing goals. Anyway, like with his assist, I think. Yeah, if you're going for a value, something of extra value from that game, then that's something to look at. But Barcelona to win and over 1.5.
All right, so the next game is Real Madrid versus Betis. So Real Madrid, they've blown hot and cold this season. Like you don't really know what to get, and Kylian Mbappe he's not yet down. Mbappe, we know, so it's a tough one. Betis will always be a tough game. To be fair, I mean. They are that team that they can blow you away if you don't kill them off when you have the chance.
Yeah.
I think looking at how Real Madrid have been playing lately, I've noticed the trend that their over 1.5 odds have been getting higher. I mean, even when they won 3-0, it took the latter stages of the game before they scored the second and the third goal.
Yeah.
So the bookmakers have started to increase their odds for over 1.5 goals. So I'll still stick with that happening. 1.5. Over 1.5 goals. Real Madrid Betis.
I want to look at corners for Real Madrid.
Oh, for Real Madrid, how many
corners?
Over 5.5?
Yeah. I feel like they're going to get a lot of corners in this one because Betis are going to give them a tough time and they're going to have to turn up.
And Vinicius will be making those runs.
Those runs, exactly.
I'll stick with that.
Yeah.
Real Madrid over 5.5
corners. Against. And then we have Athletic Club versus Atletico Madrid. Now, in case you don't know, Atletico Madrid exists because of Athletic Club. So it's they have a very interesting history. And the only reason why their shots are different is because of some history with Blackburn Rovers. It's a very, very convoluted thing like this. But it's very, I'm telling you. But there are two clubs that are very, very linked, like historically, and their games are always fire, like a lot of fireworks and everything. So, but this one, the last few games between these two teams have produced goals actually, and it was Athletic Club that knocked Atletico Madrid out of the Copa del Rey last year on their way to winning. Like, it was not even a contest at all. Like, Athletic Club like destroyed them. But of course, Atletico would want to show out at San Mamés. It's going to be a very, very difficult game. These are two of the top teams in Spain, and with Atletico's new firepower, Solo, Alvarez, Griezmann, Athletic Club were able to keep Nico, and they've given him number 10. It's going to be an interesting one.
I mean, I have a safe option.
What's that?
2 or go.
2 or go.
Yeah.
That means you think Atletico can win this game?
Of course they can. And if they don't win, both teams to score.
Will score.
Even if both teams to score, even if Bilbao end up winning,
Atletico is to get
definitely score. So 2 or go is like a safe option, considering the attacking pedigree of both sides.
Yeah.
And if one side would only score, it will most likely be Atletico, given their firepower at the moment.
Okay. Atletico have actually scored 5 goals. They scored 5 goals in their first 2 games. Yeah. Already. I remember their last away game at Villarreal, which was the first game of the season. They scored 2, and they could have won that game, to be honest. So it was, I think that we're going to see goals in this one, definitely. I like that option.
2 or go.
Yeah. I like that option.
So let's move over to Bundesliga to wrap things up. We'll make this very quick because Bundesliga predictions are usually very, very straightforward. Werder Bremen versus Dortmund.
You know what I like about Germany? Goals. Everybody will just be scoring goals, so you can just do 1.5 and you're good.
Werder Bremen versus Dortmund. I would say Dortmund win or draw. The odds are actually good. Better than expected. Dortmund win or draw.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that as well. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, just to keep it a little bit safe.
Yeah.
Then Bayern versus Freiburg. Vincent Kompany, my guy. No, I believe you. I believe your government.
Demolition.
Eh?
I think it's a demolition.
This should be a very straightforward win.
So I don't think the straight win will give odds because everybody expects a
straight win and over 2.5.
Yes. I'm confident.
They're going to score goals.
Yes, Bayern straight win and over 2.5 goals.
Over 2.5 is for the whole game, not just
Bayern.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that, definitely.
All right. Then Leverkusen versus Leipzig.
Now, that is a tough game.
I'm going with corners.
Because
Leverkusen can choose to do that nonsense where they wait till 9 minutes, and it won't work. It might not work this time. You won't be
almost
lucky
didn't work against Leipzig last season.
It won't work all the time.
Almost.
I will go with corners because to be end-to-end stuff, two of them will attack each other.
Very attacking like sides.
So I'll go with over 8.5 corners. Over 7.5 corners.
Me personally, I want to go with goals. Though. I think it's going to be a 2.5 game. Even though Leipzig failed to even do 1.5 last week, which cost me. But I think we're going to see goals because like it's end-to-end stuff, and there's never a dull moment in Leverkusen games. Like goals always come. Even if they are coming to score a last minute equalizer or something, it's always like maybe they're 2-1 down and they make it 2-2 or something. I think
okay, I can go with you on that.
Yeah,
goals,
I like 2.5
on
that one. Yeah.
Over 2.5 goals.
But if it doesn't enter, you're going to say for me that you're already on the right path.
Well,
but
to be fair. Yeah, and that's all we have for you in today's episode. It's we making our best picks from some of the top games in Europe's top 5 leagues. Yeah, it promises to be an exciting weekend just before the international break, and these are our best picks that you can take advantage of. Don't forget, these are only pointers, and you are still advised to make your own research and make your own conclusions and even your own picks. You don't need to agree with everything we are saying, but we've done our research, we've done our analysis, and we've given you our expert picks on the coming games for the weekend. Once again, my name is Kolade and this is Cerebrone. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all our social media platforms. See you after you win next week.